everyone, my name is Lizzie, and today we are doing part uno of our master bedroom upgrade. Can I get an upgrade? So we are excited. I'm excited, probably more so than my husband, but I'm excited for this wall feature. We're doing a board and batten design, and we're gonna paint it a nice bold color that's gonna change up our whole room. And we also have changed some fixtures, upgraded some decor, and hung some new pictures and everything. And so I'm really excited to show you guys the final product. But this week, we're gonna kind of go in depth on what we're doing, how we're doing the wall, and then next week will be the final reveal. So make sure you stay tuned, give this video a thumbs up, and comment below if you have any questions. I'm happy to help, but I can probably guarantee you my husband will be answering them because he's more the technical one and I'm more the design one. So let me know if you guys have any questions, but let's jump in to getting this whole project started.
Right round the corner, down by the canyon, I met a man who lost his way. He said, I'm so born the son of a sailor who never showed me his face. My daddy's gone and my mama met a maker.
All right, so first and foremost, I wanted to show you guys the part where we are adding a piece of this trim. This is a 1x2 MDF, which is medium density fiberboard. And it's a step up above particle board, but we got a 1x2 pieces here and we put those on the ceiling. And then now you're gonna kind of see us flash forward, and we did the ceiling piece, and then now we're doing, we did the floor piece, and now we are doing the ceiling piece. And what we did is as you can see, the green piece of tools, I don't know what you call it, the green tool is a nail gun. And what we're doing is we are caulking the back of this piece of wood, and we are setting it up there, and then we are making sure it is kind of completely parallel to that piece of crown molding. And then we are nailing by hand some nails, and then we are taking the nail gun and finishing it off in there, just to make sure this piece doesn't come down. And this part is important because this is kind of what helps set the entire wall frame up, because if you have crown molding, it doesn't always come flush with those pieces of wood. So I would strongly recommend doing this ceiling piece and this floor piece so that it creates, once you create the design, whether it's squares or rectangles or whatever you want with these 1x2 board and batten boards, it's going to help create the look that you've seen on Pinterest and everything like that. And we've done a lot of research, and the way the crown molding works is it's that angle trim, and you need this board there to kind of bring it out a little bit more from the wall, and that way it's even with the other boards that make your design. Alrighty, so now that we've gotten that ceiling and floorboard done to kind of even up that trim, we are going to get started on our vertical pieces. And I'm going to let you guys kind of hear from the pro himself as far as the math and how he has done these vertical pieces. So let's do a little quick interview. Now, tell us what you just did.
I just bolted it, or nailed it into the wall.
Using the nail gun.
Using
And
the
then
nail
what did
gun.
you go back through? Because this is a pro tip for
For
everyone.
whatever reason, some of them weren't flush, so I just made them flush.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get some tips from the pro himself. Insert blame.
Hey guys, so in doing your spacing, you calculate that through this equation that seems more complicated than it really is, but really it's just how many boards you're going to have on the wall. That is going to be subtracted by the total length of the wall and then divided by how many spaces. So for this wall, the measurement is 30 1/8 inches. So I just made that from my last board. I put the mark there, and then it's important to measure from that mark to the top because there can be imperfections in the distances. It's not going to be by much, but just always measure where the board will actually be. And then I cut my board on a miter saw. The things that you want to pay attention to, they seem simple, but things you may just forget if you're in a hurry. If you're going to be cutting one end, choose the end that may have some imperfections in it. So I did that. This one didn't really have much, but also with the side, choose the side to be down that has imperfections too. So this one has a sticker, which wouldn't be a big deal, but maybe to get all the adhesive off, I have to sand it a little bit. That can be annoying, and then there's some dents here. So I'm going to choose that side down. I'm going to put it up against the spot on the wall where it's going. You can see the fit's pretty good there. If the fit's not perfect, it's okay. You can use some caulk to even that out, but you try to get it as close as possible. And then you're going to be using a level to just verify that everything is straight with your alignment. I just kind of do it as a test run to see, how things are lining up. And then I go ahead and I put some adhesive on the side I want down. Get that lined up. Before I put it on the wall and get that adhesive everywhere, I sort of get a rough guide to where it's going to be going down. There it goes down. The other thing, if you cut your board right, it should stay in place to let you kind of grab your other set of hands. And so I'll just put 2 nails right here just to kind of keep it up against the wall. And then before I do my ones down here, this is going to kind of lock it into place. I'm just going to verify that it is level. Time to find another path to take. Quit your whining, your bloodshot crying, faking like you're dying, never pays. Just go home. You need you some home. Boy, you need you some home. Her name was Peggy Sue, and her daddy hung the moon. Now I'll do 2 more up there, but the other thing I will say is that since these brad nails, which are just 18 gauge nails, are going right into drywall, unless you're in a stud, which is unlikely, it's going to be really hard to get it to be completely flush, especially since these boards aren't always straight. They do have some bend and some twist in them. So you may see gaps here and they may bother you. You may try and put a bunch of nails in it to get it to stick flat. But that's really what a good caulking job will do, is you'll be able to put a bead along that thin separation and smooth it out and make it look totally normal. You can already see, if you look at this angle, these 2 I didn't put caulk on, but the others did. And like here, there's a gap there, and then down there's gaps, but I've already put the caulk there, so you can't tell. But those are just the tips that I've learned so far for this job.
This project is really coming together. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to give you a few tips for the horizontal pieces. These are the last pieces, honestly, that go in, and it's really fun because it actually, you're seeing it step by step, but it really makes the project come together very quickly. And for us, there's only, I think, about 10 to 12 horizontal pieces, and so this kind of made the process, I thought the project was going to take a lot longer, but this really shortened it. So let me give you a few tips on how we made this process fast. Okay, so I wanted to explain to you guys how we started to do the vertical pieces, and what we used is one of the boards, and we went ahead and cut them how far we wanted them from the ceiling and from the floor, and I'm going to explain that right now, okay? Okay, so obviously, as you can see, here is the ceiling, and we've already done this square. This is all nailed in, but as you can see, this piece fits perfectly right here. And what we did is we used this as measurement for how far each board was going to be from the ceiling. So just cut a piece, and that'll kind of help you measure your squares, or if you want rectangle, just make this one longer. But then we also did that for the floor pieces as well. And you can see that is the same. So it makes it a lot easier and helpful when you're making these squares. We did perfect squares. My husband calls it a stencil. I call it a go-by piece. Whatever you choose to call it by, it'll be perfect. But again, it's not going to be the same for the middle piece, because this is the middle square. It is from the ceiling to the first piece, and from the floor to the other piece. Thanks so much for watching. Hit subscribe below for more home decor tips.